How are you? Today I will do a reasoning session of problems related to clock. As you are all aware that clock problems often confuses students a lot. So this special video is meant to make you solve all the problems related to clock quickly in a very fast manner. Now let us see. A clock is basically a circle. Now I'll keep writing certain points for your reference. Clock is a circle. Yes or no? Total angle is 360 degree. If we consider the angle at the center like this total angle is 360 degree. Okay. Now, third point. Clock has two hands. Small is R hand, hour or R, whatever way you pronounce it. Long one is the minute hand. Instead of small, I will say short. The short hand is the R hand, and the long hand is the minute hand. For you, I will make a hand. Okay. Now suppose I want to show 9 o'clock. Then the short hand will point toward 9 and the long hand will point toward 12. So this is 9 AM or PM. If it is in the morning, then it's 9 AM, and if it's in the evening, it's 9 PM. So 9 PM or 9 AM is displayed with the short hand pointing towards 9 and the long hand pointing towards 12. Now you have to understand other aspects. Next, the R hand, right? The R hand. The R hand travels or moves or rotates, whatever way you want to say, rotates 360 degree in 12 hours. You know, for this R end to rotate 360 degree, the entire clock, it will take 12 hours. Okay. It makes 2 rotations every day, that is in 24 hours. Simple problems can be asked on any of these points which I am listing over here. Be cautious. Give your entire attention to me. Then only you will be able to capture the concept. So, this R hand, it rotates twice the entire clock during a day. Why? Because in a day there are 24 hours, and in 12 hours it makes 1 rotation, which means throughout the day, in a day of 24 hours, obviously it will make 2 rotations. Now, other thing about R, I think I should delete this, erase this. Now, the third aspect regarding R. In 12 hours, it travels or rotates. I will use the word travels. I like the word travels. It is my choice. It travels 360 degree. That is 360 divided by 12, 30 degree in an hour. In an hour, it will travel 30 degree. That is 30 divided by 60 minutes. An hour has 1 hour has 60 minutes. That is half degree in a minute. So this thing you should always remember. You should mug up. You should remember these two things. Or you can say three things. In 12 hours, the hour hand travels 360 degree. In 1 hour, it travels 30 degree. In 1 minute, it travels half a degree. So, from our hand point of view, now this R hand will point toward 10, that is this part, in 1 hour. And this angle is nothing but 30 degree. So the angle between two consecutive numbers, you should always remember, is what? 30 degree. The angle between two consecutive numbers is nothing but 30 degree. When I try to make a straight line, I find it little difficult, but no hassle. I think you are understanding. So the angle between any two consecutive points is 30 degree. So if we consider from this point of view, the angle between this 1 and 3 will be 60 degree. Why 60 degree? Because now it is 2 hours. From 1 to 3, the R hand will have to travel 2 hours. So in 2 hours, it will travel 30 degree. So this idea is clear. You should also know this. Now this was all about the hour hand. Now I will talk of the minute hand. Minute hand. In 1 hour, it travels 360 degree. Okay. Now this minute hand will travel the entire, will rotate the entire clock in 1 hour. So the time taken to travel the entire clock, that is the entire 360 degree by the minute hand, is 1 hour. Which means, now it has two meanings. That is 360 divided by 60 minutes. Why? Because 1 hour has 60 minutes. This gives you 30 degree per, 6 degree. 6 degree per minute. This you will have to mug up. So, the hour hand used to travel half a degree in 1 minute. In contrast to this, the minute hand travels 6 degree in a minute. Fine. Now, the minute hand, it makes 24 rotations in a day. Why? Because in 1 hour it makes 1 rotation and there are 24 hours in a day. So in complete 24 hours, it is going to make 24 rotations. That is, in all, 24 into 360 degree is the total degrees traveled by the hour hand, or by the minute hand, in a day of 24 hours. You should always remember that a day is of 24 hours. So it basically travels 8640 in contrast to the hour hand. Now is the idea clear? While the R hand used to travel, I'll write here, 360 into 2, 720 in a day, right? Is the idea very clear? I think you have grasped all the concepts related to clock. Now I'll make a in-depth revision of whatever I have told you, and this is all already written in my presentation. Now let's revise the entire thing. Okay, if anything is missing, you can understand it. Now, the face or dial of a watch is a circle whose circumference is divided into 60 equal parts. Now this gap, this is a minute. This gap, this small gap between two small lines, straight lines, represent 1 minute, and we have 60 such minutes in the entire clock. Okay. And these spaces are called minute spaces. This point is clear? Now, a clock has two hands. The shorter one or the smaller one is called the hour hand or a short hand, while the bigger one, the larger one, the longer one, the one which is a long hand is known as minute hand. Is it clear? Now, in 60 minutes, the minute hand gains 55 minutes on the hour hand. This I will explain you how. Look, this I will explain you. See, I'll explain you. See, this one I am going to explain you. Look, pay attention. Now, this is 9. It's very difficult to draw a straight line with the help of a digital pen. This is 9. Okay. Now I am going to show you 10. Now look. Look. This is 10. Now look. I'll make this as a long hand. So what is happening? In an hour, the hour hand has moved 5 minutes, equivalent to, yeah, you can say it has gone from here to here, from 9 to 10, while the minute hand has made a complete rotation of 12 places, 12 main places. In other words, the hour hand has traveled just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has traveled 5 minute spaces. 5 minute spaces. The hour hand. While the minute hand has traveled 60 minute spaces. So, how much spaces it has gained? 55 minute spaces. I think the idea is clear. So, in 1 hour or in 60 minutes, the minute hand travels fast, so it will always gain 55 minutes over the hour hand. I think this point is very much clear to you. Now, in every hour, both the hands coincides once. This we have to understand, because when it is moving, somewhere in between the two hands will coincide. So a small question can be asked: how many times in an hour? How many times in an hour the two hands coincides? The correct answer is 1. often I have seen students saying 2, which is wrong. It will coincide only once. This you have to remember. I think this point is also very clear. Now, the hands are in same straight line when they are coincident or opposite to each other. This means, when are they in a straight line? When they will be in a straight line when like when they are in this position, or they overlap each other, they coincide like this. They coincide. So they are straight line when they are coincident or opposite to each other. The green color is displaying the case when the hour hand and the minute hand are opposite to each other, making a straight vertical line, while the red hands are representing a situation whereby the two hands are again in a straight line and the minute hand is above or over or is lying upon the hour hand. They are coinciding with each other. Is it clear? I think each and every aspect is getting very clear to you. I am trying my level best to make you understand each and every aspect. When the two hands are at right angle, remember they are 15 minutes apart. Look, 15 minute spaces apart. Look, this is 9 o'clock. This is 9 o'clock. Now you can see 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, and you will count and you will find that they are 50 minutes apart. When the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand is 90 degree, that is they are at right angle to each other, then it means there exist 55 minute spaces between them, or 15 minute spaces between them. 15 minutes spaces between them. And when they are in opposite direction, there are 30 minutes, as I had shown you earlier. Again I will show you 6 o'clock, hour hand here and minute hand here. Now this is 30 minutes. You can count 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 25 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. So they have 30 minute spaces in between them. Now is the idea clear? This I have already repeated. I have already told you. Angle traced by an hour hand in 12 hours is 360 and in 24 hours is 720 degree. In contrast to this, the angle traced by minute hand is 360 degree in 60 minutes, and in 24 hours, that in a day, it is 8640 degree. So how is the idea like? Is it very clear? Are you enjoying? Now I'll make you aware of two more terms which we have to understand. Thereafter we can start with various questions. If a watch indicates 8 hours 15 minutes, that is 15 minutes past 8, we call it 15 minutes past 8. While the correct time is 8, it means the clock is 15 minutes too fast. The actual time should have been 8, but the clock is showing 8:15. That is 15 minutes ahead of 8. So it means that the clock is 15 minutes fast. When we say that this clock is fast, this means it always overtells the time. It tells the time which is more than the actual time. This you have to understand. While on the other hand, if the clock indicates 7:45, that is 45 minutes past 7, against the correct time of 8. It means the clock is slow. It is lazy. It is lazy by 15 minutes. So we can say that this clock is slow by 15 minutes. So here's the idea, very clear. Have you understand each and every aspect? Because if it is clear, then only I can proceed with more questions. Now, we will be doing questions on clock. For doing any question of clock, you need to mug up, you need to remember few points. First, the hour hand travels half a degree in 1 minute. Remember, the hour hand travels half a degree in 1 minute. Second, minute hand travels 6 degree 12 times in 1 minute. Third, 1 minute space is equal to 6 degree. This space, 1 minute, this space is equal to 6 degree. This space, the space between 2 minute lines. Okay, this is equal to 6 degree. If you remember these 3 points, I tell you, my dear, you can attempt any damn question in a very easy and systematic manner. No issue. You can do it very fast. Now let us see. An accurate clock shows 8 o'clock in the morning. Through how many degrees? This is many. Through how many degrees will the hour hand rotate when the clock shows 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Now look, 8 o'clock in the morning means my hour hand in the morning is facing to 8 and in the afternoon it is facing to 2. So how many minute spaces it has traveled? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. The hour hand has traveled 30 minute spaces. Yes or no? So 31 minute space is equal to 6 degree. So 30 minute spaces is equal to 180 degree. This is one way of answering. The second way, the difference between 8 o'clock in the morning and 2 o'clock in the afternoon is 6 hours. And we know that in 1 hour, hour hand travels 30 degree. So in 6 hours, it will travel 180 degree. Right? Hour hand travels 360 degree, 30 degree in 1 hour. Minute hand travels 360 degree in 1 hour. This I have already explained you in my theory video regarding clocks. So the correct answer is 180 degree. Now another question. My God, it is asking for minor and major angle. Minor angle is the small angle. This is a new term I am introducing you. And major angle is the large angle, small angle. So this is minor angle and this is major angle. So you need to solve one of the two because minor plus major is equal to 360. So you calculate the minor one, the other one automatically you can obtain by deducting it from 360. So this idea is very clear. Now let me see where the answer, what is the answer for this? Now it is saying the time is 10 10 a.m. 10 minutes past 10 a.m. in the morning. So what is the angle? I have to tell this angle. Now look. So this is complete. This is complete 5-minute space. This is complete 5-minute space. And 5-minute space is equal to 30 degrees. So this is 30, this is 30, this is 30. So now this R hand is slightly ahead of this point. Slightly ahead of this point. It is slightly ahead of this point. The R hand is slightly ahead of this point. How much ahead? 10 minutes ahead. So the R hand travels this 30 degree in 60 minutes. Right, and it has traveled how much? 10 minutes. So remaining 15 minutes, 50 minutes worth degrees are left. Are you understanding? If the R hand had been at 10, then the difference between 10 and 11 would have been exactly 30. Now the R hand has gone ahead by 10 minutes. So it is left with 50 minutes to reach 11. So how much angle is left? You can do it in two ways. First, in 10 minutes, R hand has traveled 10 into half, 5 degree. So left with 30 minus 5, 25 degree. Or R hand is 50 minutes away from 11. That is 50 into half is equal to 25 degrees. So this angle is 25 degree. So total angle is 30 into 3 times 30 plus 25, that gives us 115 degree. How is the idea? I have taken a lot of time in explaining. But if you do on your own, I tell you, you can do it very fast. I have been slow because I need to explain to my lovely students. But when you do it on your own, you can be damn fast. Are you understanding? Let's move to the next question. This will make things more easy for you. The more you practice, the more you understand. Now, this is a wonderful question and is slightly difficult. Now it is saying the time is 4.8, that is 8 minutes past 4. So what? I told you this is the minor angle. So minor angle, I will just complete the previous one. Minor angle is 115 degree. So major angle is 360 minus 115 to 45 degree. Is the idea clear? Now here. Now I will be doing this one. Now look. Pay attention. Always remember, the hour hand travels 30 degrees in an hour. The minute hand travels how much? 60 degrees in an 360 degrees in an hour. Okay. In other words, these 5-minute spaces are covered by hour hand in 1 hour, but by minute hand in 5 minutes. Now, I have to tell the time. Now you understand that this hour hand is slightly ahead of this point. Now from this to this 30 degree we are sure. From this to this 30 degree we are showing. Now this, now our hand is 8 minutes ahead of 4. It is 8 minutes ahead of 4, that is 8 into half degree, 4 degree away from 4. So this angle is 4 degree. This was regarding the hour hand. Now minute hand is, now this is 2 minutes, is 2 minutes away from 2, that is 12 degree. So this is 12 degree. So total degrees is 12 plus 30 into 2 plus 4, that makes it 60, 72, 76 degree. Now you tell me whether the idea is clear or not. I am giving you 2 minutes, you think on it. Think on it. Make your mind very clear. Make your mind very clear. Always remember, the minute hand travels 6 degree in 1 minute, and the minute hand is 2 minutes away from 2. So 2 minutes is equivalent to 12 degree. And our hand travels half a degree in 1 minute, and this our hand is 8 minutes ahead of 4. That means 4 degree. So this part is 4 degree, this part is 12 degree, and the degree between two consecutive number is 30. So by adding them up, we can easily find out that the angle is 76 degree. How do you like it?